What we see with the riots in California is a certain faction of people in politics who have their backs against the wall. They realize that times are changing. They don't like it, and they're throwing a fit to fight the change. I'm not talking about the people in the street here. I'm talking about leadership. I am talking about people like Gavin Newsom, Maxine Waters. These people want this chaos. They are encouraging the chaos. There's a reason why the LAPD is looking the other way as people go nuts.
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn. But I care about my community. I care about this community. The hell are they doing? These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
The perception is...
It is funny to watch Lefty Gordon Gekko be all big shotty, okay? Like, have you noticed lately that the males in the Democratic Party who still hold some position of leadership are trying to be all like, come at me, bro, like Tim Walz, you know, and nobody buys it. It's a bunch of baloney. We know what you stand for. All right. It is pathetic what you're letting happen to your state, Gavin. And that right there is LAPD headquarters, the HQ, getting smashed in by rioters with skateboards. And yet no response at all from the police. We wonder why.
Now to Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Hi, Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Hi. So what are you and
on.
your police force? I know how busy you are preparing for the hours ahead. What are you expecting on that front?
Well, I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday, if immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night. I will tell you that it is peaceful now, but we do not know where and when the next raids will be. That is the concern, because people in the city have a rapid response network. If they see ICE, they go out and they protest. And so it's just a recipe for pandemonium that is completely unnecessary. Nothing was happening here. Los Angeles was peaceful before Friday. When we find out when and where the other raids are going to happen, that will determine how the police respond.
Did you catch that? This is Karen Bass, the current mayor of Los Angeles and longtime fan, apparently, of Fidel Castro. She went to Cuba multiple times in the 1970s. So that's good. Glad she's in leadership. Anyway, she explains that, you know, the people in the city have a rapid response network. So they'll counter anything that ICE does. She's going to look the other way. The LAPD is going to stand down. They're not going to do their jobs. She wants the chaos. This is her. She wants all of this insanity. This is part of her ideology, and she's going with it. But it's not just Gavin Newsom, and it's not just Karen Bass. There are plenty of other politicians who are helping to facilitate the chaos, one of whom is Maxine Waters. Big surprise. Watch this great video where she tries to barge into a secured location and the cop just closes the door right in her face.
No, I want you to... Hello. Congresswoman Waters, I just came to use my congressional authority to check on David.
Ma'am, our lobby is secure right now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public appeal.
I need to get in.
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want to see David Huerta. Right.
6, 7, 8.
Would a congressperson normally be able to enter the...
Normally, yes.
What is happening here?
Well, there were some of the authorities, I don't know who they were, and I'm trying to get in to see David Huerta. who they have arrested. He is the head of SEIU local union here. I don't know why he was targeted. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know whether they're going to deport him. I want to report back to my caucus about what's happening, but they
Did you catch that last bit at the end where she says that she's trying to get into the facility so that she can meet up with the head of the local SEIU union? She said that, I don't know if they're going to deport him. The head of a massive union that controls the lives of probably thousands and thousands of people throughout LA potentially could be deported. This seems to be a problem. Is that person not legally in the United States? You know, it takes a lot to get an old libertarian like myself, someone who has been critical of the militarization of the police. I've written about it for over a decade. You can go back. There are probably dozens of articles that I've written against crony capitalism on, police jacking people, unfair drug laws, all sorts of stuff. But it really takes some serious boneheadedness from politicians to get me to be like, look, this is just completely wrong. And like, where are the police? This is crazy. Now, I was going to pass on talking about the current LA riots. I wrote up a little piece in Against Crony Capitalism, the newsletter. By the way, subscribe, become a paid subscriber, help support us. But I wrote it up there and I was like, okay, I'm going to just kind of let things go, and just see how this plays out. But this morning I had my mind changed because I talked to a good friend of mine who asserted that whether or not there were riots in Los Angeles was open to debate. And after questioning this person, I realized that they had no idea of the stuff that I had seen, for instance, on X. I've been following things tick by tick over the weekend. For instance, this person had no idea about the Waymo cars being burned. The fact that people were calling them up on their phones to this place just to set them on fire. They had no idea. And after talking with them, I realized that they were getting most of their information from the old media, the legacy media. And then I saw the following video. And it's an ABC reporter, and just watch it. It's a good way to go out.
Large group of people. It could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation and altercation between officers and demonstrators.